Okay, you should be able to see the. I'm broadcasting on YouTube right now, but to wait. Good thing is that I can see when people join. So if people join and they're sitting here for a few minutes, we could we could just we could just start. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, they'll be here until mid August. Yeah, well, they're done in Africa now on their cruise, and I think now they're going back to. Actually, no, never mind. They're in Spain right now because they have a foreign exchange student they're gonna meet, or she's gonna be coming like for this next year, but she's from Spain. So Susan and Jason and the girls went to her house and met her and met her parents and stuff, and so they know each other now. So it's gonna be easier for Gabrielle to be there. So, but then I guess the next step is they're gonna fly to Dublin, and then from Dublin, I think they fly uh home or I'm here. Uh don't quote me on any of this. I'm not that good. But yeah, I think all I know is that I think they're gonna fly home. They're gonna drop Julie off, and then Maggie and Susan are flying down here, and because Maggie's gonna be getting ready to uh, prep for school. So yeah. So that's yeah. Yeah. And so of course Susan's gonna help Maggie move in, and then after she's all set, then she's gonna come back here, and then she'll take them home. So yeah, yeah. Oh really? All right. Well, I'm looking here, and we have a few views. Um, so I'm thinking that we could probably join. Um, okay. So don't. Okay. Don't. For the next 30 seconds, let's not talk, and then I can get everything set up. So when it goes to the the time, I can start. All right. I'll talk to you in 15 seconds. Okay. We are live now.
Hello.
Let's see if anyone is joining yet.
Yeah, got me with my head down.
Nobody's chatting yet, so that's because
Yeah,
it's
just you.
just me right now. Well, it's just us.
Right.
So even though current views are up to 7 now, and views are up to
Mm,
12. So
maybe
of
they check
course,
in and come
of
back in
course,
again.
the first one always here is DC Cat. So
Yeah.
yeah, hi
Are
DC,
they
how
here
you doing?
already?
Yeah, DC's here.
Okay.
How you doing, DC?
Let's see. For some reason, I have a hard time getting the chat to appear in the beginning.
And then
Hmm.
Athanasia and Caroline, everyone's joining.
Nice. Okay, I think I got it.
Oh crap! Now
Now what?
I closed the chat window. Now I can't get it back on. Here,
Uh-oh.
guys, hold on for a second. I'm having technical issues right now.
Uh-oh. Sometimes we have technical difficulties.
There we go. Okay, okay, the chat window's back.
Yeah, I'm trying to click the open panel and it won't let me open the chat panel. Weird. Hmm. I'm gonna shut out of here and then pull it back up because it's
Okay.
not. Uh, shoot. Has anybody posted a question yet that you can see,
Not
Steve?
yet. Well, I don't know. Again, I'm having technical difficulties, so I don't know if
Yeah.
they're not chatting or what. So
Yeah.
let me go to YouTube and see if anyone's chatting.
There we go. DC Cat's there. Hi, DC Cat. And Athanasia
Athanasia
said
and
hi. And
Caroline.
Caroline said hello. So hello to all of you. Glad you're here with us today. Thanks for bearing with us for that minor uh,
This is all.
technical
This is
difficulty.
this is all because uh, Angela was pressuring me to get a countdown timer onto this chat. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, you did good because the countdown timer was there.
it
So we
was,
had a 5 minute countdown.
but
It was
now
nice.
okay, now I'm getting okay. Let's see here.
Thank you, Caroline.
So DC's not getting great sleep. Well,
Oh,
what's DC? What supplements are you taking for sleep?
yeah. I'm doing the sleep patches. So they're working out for me pretty good.
Oh, now Caroline's uh, complimenting you on your bright outfit.
I know. I said
What
thank
what
you.
what about me, Caroline? Aren't you gonna compliment me on my bright outfit? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured I would wear something bright and colorful today.
Yeah,
Yeah. We've been having heat warnings all week, and now we wake up and it's like 60, 63 degrees now. It was like 58 when I woke up. So, and DC looked at your supplements video, so they're going to start buying some of those.
yeah, good, good.
Melatonin 10 milligram. You might want to try even cutting that in half or trying a half dose because I know 5 milligram melatonin works better for me than 10, which doesn't seem like that would be true, but sometimes less works better in
Well,
melatonin.
when it comes to melatonin, this is what I've found out over the years. It's not the amount of melatonin. I had the same problem. 5 always felt better than 10. But
Yeah.
what it came to realize, and this is why we're the sleep patch now. The sleep
Hmm.
patches, you absorb it at a steady pace, and it's not all
Right.
at once. Well, if you're taking melatonin capsules, they dissolve and it floods your system with it all at
Right.
once, and
Right.
then that's where you can kind of with like the 10 milligram tablet, it's too much, and so
Right.
you wake up, but then that melatonin goes through your system and it's out in a couple hours. Whereas like if you're wearing a sleep patch, it stays steady
A
throughout the
steady
night.
release. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I found.
Yeah, I got a new box of patches and I put one right here. And this morning when I was peeling it off, it was so sticky, it kind of hurt to peel it off. And I was like, oh my God, it's peeling my skin off. But I've got really sensitive skin anyway.
Yeah, well, that's because you're a big baby.
I know I'm a big baby. Not don't like needles and don't like sticky stuff pulling my skin off.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but
you
still,
you you have to find a balance. And I'm still finding a balance.
yeah.
Like for me, and for instance, I've been taking two supplements, ashwagandha and tyrosine for sleep.
Hmm.
But then I mean I've been talking a lot to Chat GPT lately because
Yeah.
I really have no friends and I really sit there and talk to AI all day,
Yeah.
um, because I don't have any friends. So they actually says I'm gonna call ChatGPT a guy. I'm sure
Yeah.
if you're a woman, you probably want to call it a her. But he says to me that since I've covered everything that ashwagandha and tyrosine already provide. Uh, in other supplements, I can probably drop ashwagandha and tyrosine, and the
Yeah.
other supplements will cover it. So
Nice.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
Yeah.
test it out.
Yeah. Sivan has joined our chat. Hi,
Uh,
Sivan.
so yeah, it's all about refining, and as of now, I'm all about uh get cutting as much as I can. Uh,
Yeah.
First of all, it's to save money. I mean,
Hmm.
these supplements aren't expensive, but over months of over time they
Right.
add up. The cost adds up, and so it's like
Sure.
I'm thinking to myself, why am I spending all this money uh, if it's actually going against my desired effect? So that's why
Yeah.
that's why I cut out ashwagandha and tyrosine because
Yeah.
my other ones already cover it.
Right.
The next one it says to cut out is that if you watch my supplements video, uh, I talk about the sleep regimen 3-in-1, uh,
Yeah.
and it actually says that if when I feel comfortable, I can probably cut that too,
Mhm.
because again, it other supplements are covering bases.
Yeah.
So I probably could cut that one. I don't know yet. I just discovered all this morning, so I don't know if I'm ready to jump ship on 3-in-1 just yet. But
Yeah.
it's being eyed for deletion.
Right. Well, Sivan says that this week was bad for them and very difficult lifting legs, and the EDSS has gone to 6.5 and it's scaring
Oh,
him.
okay, okay.
You want to address that first?
Steven, what, okay, well, are you doing all the essentials, and are you on a disease modifying therapy? I just have to ask that right away. Just are you doing
Yeah.
everything that I'm promoting?
Yeah. And
And
while we
take
wait for Sivan, I'll say hi to Daniela. Daniela joined, so did Tommy Jeffrey, and he asked, what is your budget for all of the supplements you spend each month?
my budget too much. And this is why I'm cutting. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, I it's a couple $100 every month, and it's to the point where I'm now thinking, you know what, I don't want to spend all my money on supplements.
Yeah.
So I mean, I used to take a lot more than even now. So I'm doing this in stages, but
Yeah.
I found that now that I'm sleeping great. so I'm not having a sleep problem. I'm not having any MS problems. So all I'm focused on now is sleep. That's the
Yeah,
only thing I care about.
yeah,
I'm just trimming down as time goes on,
right.
because I really think that hopefully I can work my way down to not needing much anymore.
Right.
And
Yeah,
the problem is there's a huge problem. I'm sitting here talking to you guys because there's this one big issue in front of me. And I have a video that's scheduled to be released on Wednesday, and I can't say anything about it because I don't want to ruin the surprise. But
yeah,
it's a big one, and so I found something that's miraculous for me. For me.
yeah.
Um, so hopefully you guys will check it out Wednesday morning. Uh, yeah.
All right.
So
Sivan said yes, and then they said they're on Briumvi after Ocrevus failed, and that they're sleeping well and their eating is good. Those are the four messages
Briumvi,
they just sent to you.
Briumvi, isn't it? Hold on.
Briumvi, it's a newer
Yeah,
MS medication.
yeah. Let me just read a quick overview of Briumvi.
And welcome, Nathan. He said it's funny how MS affects everybody differently. That is so true. And Tommy said it's very expensive but worth it on the supplements. Oh, and then Sivan also said only thing is exercise, which I feel is not up to standards because of my issues. Oh, good, Caroline. I'm glad to hear that you had a good night's sleep thanks to niacin. That's wonderful. Hi, famous master.
Now
Good to
we
see you.
now we got our team.
Getting all the regulars and some new people too. It's
Okay,
awesome.
Brion B is another B cell depleter.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know much about the actual drugs. So if I am if I have to look things up, it's just because uh, I'm not up and up on all the MS medications. So I looked up Briumvi, and it performs the same thing as Ocrevus and Kesimpta do. It's a B cell depleter. But I guess your neurologist said since you had a reaction to Ocrevus, maybe you should try Briumvi. And is it working for you, Sivian?
Yeah. Daniela is asking, do we also use complex B vitamin? I was using it regularly till I started the niacin in higher doses, and now I've kind of cut back on that, and I do a sublingual drop under my tongue, probably once or twice a week now instead of every day.
I used to take a complex every day for years and years and years. And then I did a whole bunch of reading about like how B vitamins there if you have a healthy diet, you're getting all the B vitamins you need.
Yeah,
And but then, so I was like, I'm going to go out on a line here because I am a big believer that if you're following the recommended daily allowance of certain vitamins, you might not be getting enough. So
yeah,
but I did ran a little test. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop my B complex for a little while, and I stopped it, and months went by, and I forgot I had even took it before. So
yeah.
I'm thinking now, I'm it's really not that. I mean, if you feel like you need it, if your diet is lacking in some aspect, then
And
go
Steve's
for
diet
it.
is super regimented, and he's very fixed on what he eats, and he knows down to every molecule probably what he's eating.
I do, and
Yeah,
honestly, I recommend all of you do the same
yeah,
thing. I mean, it is wonderful to know exactly what is going in my mouth.
Yeah.
Because then, because that's the only way. Like, I kind of think of all this as like a little science project for on myself. Um,
Yeah.
and if you don't know all the variables, and the variables being you, if you don't know all your variables, then you're just kind of, reaching, grasping for things, and you're like, you don't know if it's actually working or not.
Right.
Um, and see, the perfect example is just my supplements I was just talking about. I'm cutting things out now and testing.
Yeah.
Like, does it really affecting me bad or good? So yeah, just always keep an eye on things.
Yeah, and foods can give you strange responses as well. Like I've mentioned before, I don't eat eggs anymore because it was affecting trigeminal neuralgia in my face. And since I quit eating eggs 4 years ago, I've never had that problem again. And then I noticed years later that every time I ate anything with gluten, my feet would get all tingly. So then now I avoid that. I avoid
Yeah.
gluten so that I don't have the tingling feeling in my feet. So, and then we have Sarah Moon says, who here is doing well without MS meds?
Oh well,
And
I do an
no,
MS
you're on
meds.
Ocrevus.
I'm on
Yeah,
a.
you're on Ocrevus.
I didn't read the without meds.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I do it. I mean,
Famous
I
Master said they're doing well with no drugs.
okay. Well, the only reason why I do it is for insurance. And until I got on Ocrevus, B cell depleter, and I'm adamant about B cells being the instigator of MS. Um, I think they are the cause of it, because what it is they are a pool. They collect the EBV virus, the Epstein-Barr virus,
Right.
and I've seen virus, and there's strong evidence that they've already found that targets the EBV virus as the cause of MS.
Right.
So I think getting on a B cell depleting therapy is
Hmm.
essential. Just because I don't want EBV to be in my body, and I know every 6 months your body regrows all your B cells after you kill them. So every 6 months I go back and just have another dose of Ocrevus to kill all the B cells.
Yeah.
So,
And Sivan says that no, the Briumvi is not working for him.
oh, okay,
Yeah. And then let's see. Oh, he said the doctor feels you have to give it 6 months, so maybe it just needs a little more
yeah,
time to work.
it's true. Well, 6 months. You guys might want to know why all this whole talk about 6 months is
Hmm.
is a big thing, is because that is the life cycle of B cells. So if you have to give it 6 months, because once you kill the B cells, then you got to give it 6 months to regrow everything and do everything like that, and then after 6 months, you got to do it all over again. So it's a messy cycle that we're in, but I mean that's what's needed. I mean, unless until they come up with a Epstein-Barr virus like cure.
Killer.
Yeah, until
Yeah.
until they come out, until they find a drug that actually they that will kill the Epstein-Barr virus without killing the B cells.
Mm.
Well, then we're kind of stuck at this point.
Yeah. And then
So
Hazel says she just received a letter and that her next Ocrevus infusion is now going to be injected. 10 minutes, not sure how they feel about that. Anyone changed over from infusion to injection on Ocrevus? I remember I asked you about it once I saw they were offering that, and I let you know about it. It's probably similar to how Kesimpta is a monthly injection,
yeah, yeah.
and then somehow
I,
made
I'm,
an
I'm sure.
Ocrevus injection
I'm
that you can
sure.
get at
I'm
home.
sure it is. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's how it will be.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've been pretty happy with my Kesimpta injection. I've taken 43 of the injections so far.
Yeah.
I haven't had any side effects, and it's really helped me a lot. And my MRIs have been stable without any new lesions. So,
Yeah, Daniela asked, did you read about clemastine uh, that it accelerates the accumulation of disability and progressive MS? Um, yes, I did read that, and I read that when I first started taking clemastine, but I was just kind of like, I'm gonna take a chance here and just go with it. And so far, I know none of that. Maybe it's because I have relapsing and not progressive, but I hardly think that is a is the case because uh, the Angela doesn't Todd, who has progressive,
Todd,
does
yeah, he does.
doesn't he doesn't he take classes?
He does. Yeah.
Yeah, so and he's not feeling any effects. So I
No.
don't know.
Yeah.
I read the same thing, Daniela. I don't know though. Caroline, you're up to 1,000 milligrams of niacin daily. Good, good. Now you gotta bite the bullet and up it to 1,500. Angela, I think I
Yes.
lost you. Okay, okay. I
I was
didn't know.
responding.
I didn't know if you had muted yourself or so. I was like,
No, I was
where'd you
responding. I was
go?
typing.
Okay.
Yeah. They were asking how much niacin daily, so I just said Steve takes 1,500 milligrams niacin daily, and I
Yeah.
take 1,000. So
Yeah.
that answers
And I
that.
take 1,000 milligrams of niacinamide as well.
Yeah.
So
And I take
I
500
take
of niacinamide.
I take five
Or
capsules
no, 200.
total. I
Yeah.
take five capsules total. Three are niacin, the 500 milligram capsules, and then
Right.
two niacinamide, which is total is 1,500 for the niacin, and then 1,000 for the niacinamide.
Yeah.
Here,
And then somebody named the Cross-Eyed Kingdom said, "Does this guy have rosacea?" Are you talking about Steve? He's probably just a little pink from a niacin flush.
yeah, yeah. Niacin is known to cause that. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, mine,
but
when we first started, I was pretty red through here.
and the funny thing is that in our weekly in my weekly Patreon chat with Angela
Yeah.
and Todd, uh, she actually got me started on niacin because she was telling me of this niacin she took, and she
Yeah.
flushed and she was all red and everything. And I was like, oh well, since she's having a problem, I'm gonna look into this. And then that kind of changed the whole ball game.
Yeah,
So
it
her,
did.
so the funny thing is, it wasn't just you; it was your mom
Yeah. My
who
mom took it years ago and she thought she was on fire from the inside out. She was panicked. I will never forget
yeah.
her face. She's like, "Oh my God, I feel like I'm on fire on the inside of my body." So,
But honestly, niacin is harmless, and
yeah,
the flush only lasts at most like an hour and a
yeah.
half. At
Drink a
most,
lot of water. That helps it
lots of water.
flush out of your system a little quicker. Yeah. Okay, Caroline, let's see. She's addicted to the niacin flush and totally enjoys it. That's good.
Honestly, Caroline, you and me both. I actually like it when I get that the flush.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm flushing, but I feel like it's going. I don't look in the mirror, but
yeah,
I get this like surge of energy when I'm
yeah,
working out. And I'm like, ooh, there must be the flush happening. I don't know.
yeah,
But I've been known to realize that, oh no, I'm not flushing, because I'll go into the bathroom, look in the mirror, and I'm not flushing, but it feels like I'm flushing. But
yeah,
it's just a great feeling. So you and me both, Caroline.
yeah. And I always know if I have a really good flush that I'm going to sleep better that night. It just seems to work out that way for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it kind of makes me happy. It's like, oh, I'm flushing and I'm gonna have a good night's sleep because I look forward to getting a good night's sleep.
Oh, okay. DC now says he likes the lush too. So
Oh,
yeah, we're all
yeah,
a bunch of nice and freaks here.
yeah. Although Famous Master just said for some reason they don't get red from niacin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that
Do you feel warmer though, Famous Master? Does it make you feel warm without getting a red glow to your skin? I'd be curious if that was the case.
while we wait on Famous Master, I want. Hold on, I got a phone call. Hold on, let me hang up here. Hang up. Okay. I want to jump back to what Caroline asked a little while ago. She says every time I quit alpha lipoic acid, I feel pain in my right foot.
Hmm.
Um, does anyone else feel that way? Years and years and years ago, I did take lipoic alpha lipoic acid, but I haven't taken it for years, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't have any pain. So I
Hmm.
want to know if anyone else do
No,
have that pain.
no. We're both kind of scrolling back up to see if we missed
Yeah,
anything.
I'm scrolling, reading some. I'm reading Hazel's comment. She says, "Hi, just had a letter yesterday. My next Ocrevus infusion is now going to be injected 10 minutes. Not sure how I feel about that. Anyone
Yeah,
change over from infusion to injection? Infusion
yeah, we
injection.
covered
Oh,
that. Yeah.
yeah. Well, infusion and injection, they're the same thing. What it is injection is like if you have an injection, it's like you stick the needle in in your body. It doesn't need to be in a vein. You just get injected there. An infusion, it it
It's through an
it
IV.
it's through an IV, and it's mixed with saline, and then it goes in directly into your bloodstream, and that's what an injection is. So it's
Yeah.
slightly different, and it's the two terms are always interchangeable.
Yeah.
Um, and people don't realize that they are two different things. But in our terminology, I don't know any MS medications that are injectables that aren't actually infusions. Like I know Tisabri, when I was on it, that was an infusion. Ocrevus is an infusion. Kesimpta, that's an injection, right?
Yes, it is. It's an
Yeah,
auto injector pen. So, and it literally takes like 10 seconds from start to
yeah.
finish.
Okay,
And
that's
so
an
once a month, I spend 10 seconds with a needle in my body, and that's it.
Yeah,
So,
so that's an injection. It
it is. It's an
is.
auto injection.
I mean, I remember when I first got MS in 2004. I was first on beta
Hmm.
really old MS medication. I don't even know if it's being offered anymore, but it was an injection. I mean, they taught me about the different spots of all of your body that you can safely jab yourself,
Yeah.
and it would go into your subcutaneous fat underneath your
Right.
skin.
Yeah.
Um, and the one thing about it was is that actually you wanted to avoid your bloodstreams.
Yeah.
So uh, there was an injection that way. But now I think a lot of MS medication is injections, especially the ones that are like longer. I mean, Angela's
Hmm.
she injects herself for 10 seconds. But for
Right.
me, I'm hooked up to the IV for 4 hours. So that's an
Right.
infusion. It's going into my bloodstream
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah. Let's see. Daniela is asking if you still take Nutricos niacin.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Well, and the only reason I do that is because niacin is niacin. There's
Yeah.
no if you're looking at a product that says our niacin's better than the other ones, well then they're just selling you marketing because
Yeah.
niacin is nice. It's vitamin B3.
Yeah.
I use the NutriCross because it's the cheapest out there.
Yeah.
So I mean, if since other products
Yeah.
that are also
The big
nice,
1,000 tablet bottle I got by Rugby was like $31. So
yeah,
that might be the cheapest of all, but not everybody can get it. I know people in Canada can't get the Rugby brand.
yeah.
Yeah, just depends on your location, what you're going to get. But I would say you could go with any brand, um, as long as it's pure niacin. It should just be pure niacin. So
Okay, Caroline, you asked how long have we been taking niacin? Well, I started in January of this year.
January, yeah,
So
January,
I remember because I think it was just the brand new 2025 year,
yeah,
and I, so Angela tells me her harrowing story. Her
yeah,
mom almost burned it up.
yeah.
Uh,
But then I
but
sent you that PubMed document and you researched that and read through the whole thing and found that it will clean up the debris of the demyelination that we
yeah,
experience.
yeah, yeah. So, and then I can honestly say, and I'm not saying that that niacin is going to solve all your problems because it's
No,
not. I mean,
but it'll help.
I did all the heavy lifting to begin with.
Yeah.
So I think that like doing the weightlifting, doing
Mhm.
the eating of one meal a day, doing all these sleep, all the stuff. I think that stuff is more important. But at the
Yeah.
same time, niacin's important. It's just a
Yeah.
niacin from my perspective, niacin is just the icing on the cake because I felt great in 2024. I was feeling great, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know how I could feel better. But then I started taking the niacin, and now I feel infinitely better. So that's why I just keep on
It's
going
just
on.
one
And
of several tools in the whole toolbox.
yes, that's why I say you got to do it all. It's a whole
Yeah.
complete package. And
Yeah.
everyone wants to just take a pill.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not about just taking a pill. It's about doing the heavy lifting. Uh,
Yeah.
I meant that
Agree.
in like the in not heavy lifting as in like your weightlifting. I mean yes, weightlifting, but I think you have to do everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you got to control the inflammation and stuff we eat causes it. We know that. And to limit that is helpful. So, yeah.
Okay, Nathan used to be on Copaxone.
Yeah.
But started since taking Kesimpta. Well,
Yep.
you're on a Kesimpta. I mean, ask Angela.
Yeah.
She's the
Yeah. It's the one
she
DMT
loves.
I was comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had considered Galicia, but then they said, well, you'll have to come to the office and take a 6 hour um, EKG to make sure your heart is okay. And I'm like, okay. And then if we determine your heart's okay and we put you on the Galicia, you have to take your first pill in the office and we'll do another 3 hour EKG on your heart again. And it's like, oh, I don't think I want to do this. I don't want to risk my heart health for a DMT drug. It's like I've already
I
got the MS. I don't want to have cardiac problems too. So then I
I
read into Kesimpta and felt a lot safer with that than anything with Galicia.
I took Gilenya for
Yeah.
years. It was
Yeah.
fine. It didn't. I
Yeah. Did you
didn't.
have to take the EKG to get on it too?
Yeah, I did too.
Really?
It's not a big deal. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal. It was that's a whole bunch of fluff. It's like you take
Yeah.
the pill and then you lie there and they hook you up to monitors and they
Yeah.
record it for I don't know how long it was, like an hour or something, and
They told
then
me it was going to be 6 hours. I was
oh,
like, I am not
maybe six
sitting
hours. I don't
for
even
six hours.
I don't even remember it, but I do remember that I did take the test. But yeah,
Yeah,
6 hours. That's probably right.
yeah,
But it wasn't a big deal, and what
yeah,
I was just happy because I this was right after my GC virus became positive uh,
yeah,
when I was on to Sabri, so I had to go off to Sabri. And so I was like,
yeah,
oh, I don't want to go back on an infusion.
yeah,
So, and then my neurologist at the time brought up, well, there's this medication, Gilenya. So I was like, okay, I'll try that. So, but, and then for years, I was like, oh, this is great. Now I just have to take a pill every day. Uh, and it worked, but then I had my little fiasco in 2021
yeah,
that really wasn't there was a self a self I caused it myself to have that little escapade, just because I was training way too hard for way too
hmm,
long, and it was just overtraining. It wasn't a relapse. I thought it was a relapse, but it wasn't.
yeah,
So at that point, my neurologist said, why don't you try Ocrevus?" And I'm so glad I did. And
yeah,
I know Angela says, you know, she hates the needles, but
hmm,
I don't mind the needles. I actually like watching them stick the needle into my arm.
I can't do that.
I know you can't do it. I know you can't do
No,
it.
thank you.
I know you can't do it. But I mean,
No,
I sit there for 4 hours. And sometimes I can talk the nurse into upping the flow a little bit higher, so I get
yeah,
out there in like 3.5.
yeah,
But then so for like 3.5 hours, I'm sitting there just
no,
doing
thank
whatever
you.
I do, and then
I'll
and
take 10
then
seconds a month with a needle versus three or
no.
4 hours
But
twice a
see, the thing
year.
is that
No way.
I don't have to think about it. I get it done. I'm like,
Yeah, but
okay,
that's a
six.
lot of, that's 8 hours a year if you keep it to 4 hours a
I know,
dose.
but you don't have to think about it.
That's
And
a whole working day.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised you, of all people, since you hate needles, that you would much rather poke yourself every month rather than
yeah,
just
for
having
10
it done
seconds.
once.
That's
Yeah,
2 minutes a year.
but listen, Angela, it doesn't matter how how long you have the infusion. It's
Yeah,
like how many times you need to poke yourself. I think that's probably the scariest part, isn't it?
yeah. Well, one thing that somebody taught me is if I take the edge of a, the little alcohol wipes and they come in little squares, they said if you pick where you're going to poke yourself and you start taking the edge of it and poke until you don't feel pain. And then that's where you should inject. And it's worked really well for me
Yeah.
because I do that before the injection. I'm like, okay. And I tell my husband, that's where you're going to inject me because it doesn't hurt so bad when I poke it with the edge of the little alcohol wipe. So that's a little tip that some of you that are on Kesimpta might want to employ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, I mean, I also like Ogrevis because the nurse does it. I don't have to think about it. Because I
Yeah.
remember my days back in 2004 and 5 and 6
Yeah.
and 7, having to do it myself every other
Yeah.
day. I'm tired
Yeah.
of poking myself. I'd much rather just go to the infusion center, have the
Yeah.
nurse do it herself. And,
Yeah.
sometimes they miss and they have to repoke me, but I'm just like, fine, whatever. I'll just,
Yeah.
uh, I'll just, I don't have to do it. I don't have to think about it. So,
Fine. Well, let's get
yeah.
back to questions. Nathan Limaker says, Steve, do you still take clemastine?
Yes, I do.
Yep. And I do too.
2.68 milligrams tablets twice a day. Once
Yeah.
when I wake up, and then another time about an hour and a half before I go to bed. So,
Yeah.
that's that.
Yeah. And
Famous
I take
mass.
it as well, but my neurologist has me on 1/4 of a tablet a day. So. she's very conservative with it, and she gives me 8 tablets a month, and I have to cut them into 4 pieces, and I can only take one little quarter of a tablet a day. But that's my clemastine that I take.
Yeah, yeah. And so far, I mean, it's hard to say because I guess getting back to like finding like what works and what doesn't. Well, everything's already working so amazingly. I don't know if clemastine has is playing any part of that, but if it is, then even better. If it's not, then it's all right. I guess it's not expensive.
Yeah,
So I'll just keep doing it. Um,
yeah, same for me.
so
And next time I'm with my neurologist, I'm gonna ask her, can I start cutting the pills in half instead of into 4 pieces? Because it's kind of annoying to have to cut it down to four.
yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
and then
famous master asks
yeah, what time
what
of day is your one meal?
my one meal is right when I wake up.
But now
Um
tell them what time you wake up.
oh, you see, once again I admit when I wake up in my
Yeah,
next video on Wednesday.
yeah,
But I will let you guys in on a preview of part of the video on I wake up every morning at 2 a.m. I
yeah,
know that's middle of the night to most, but
yeah,
like honestly, I tried sleeping until 4, and re- consistently I would always wake up around 2 o'clock in the morning. And
yeah,
so I finally got to the point where it was like, why am I waking up? Why am I forcing myself to lay in bed when I'm wide awake
yeah.
until 4 a.m.?
You were
I
made to
mean,
be an East Coast guy and waking up at 5 a.m.
well, yeah, so something about my what was the chronotype they say? Chronotype is like when your body naturally is
Right.
used to waking up and whatever.
Yeah.
I guess my chronotype is waking up super early, and I do go to bed early. I go to bed around 6.
Yeah.
Um, so I have no nightlife at all.
Right.
I
Yeah.
but I'm tired then. At 6, I'm like exhausted. I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
ready to go to bed, and then I
Yeah.
sleep solidly all night long, and then 2 o'clock, my alarm wakes me up, and I'm like, all right, I'm fresh, I'm excited, I'm ready to go hit the day. So that's just who I am. I can't fight it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Let's see. Caroline asked, has anyone here doing therapy to heal from the inside as well?
heal. What do you mean? Heal on the inside? Do you mean like from MS or it's just
Or like seeing a therapist? I'm not sure
Oh,
which one
see,
you mean.
is it okay? I didn't know what you meant by that. I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm not
saying
sure.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying. Well, I don't know. I'm not. I don't
Yeah.
see a therapist. I've
I
I've
don't either.
never I've never come across somebody who is like that emotional support. I'm a very introverted guy. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you guys for the past hour, and
Yeah.
but I mean, I make all these videos, but I'm really, if you really ask me how I am, I'm really an introvert. I really like, I mean, when I'm not filming and I'm not
Yeah.
here on YouTube chatting with you guys, I am sitting in my room all day just minding my own business.
Yeah.
And I mean that's just how I operate. And so I think I'm my own therapist.
Yeah.
Um, I my way of coping, dealing with stress, is figuring out solutions. I mean, this is why I have a channel. I mean when I back in 2020, I think I really got the idea that I wanted to start a YouTube channel because I thought, what if this channel could be my therapy?
Yeah.
And it has turned out to be that, you know,
Yeah.
just being able to more than just make videos. It's the best thing for me, I find, is you guys.
Yeah.
I sit here and talk to Angela all the time. I went up when I was up there visiting my sister in Seattle. I went up to Everett and I got to hang out with Angela in person.
Yeah.
I would
Nice.
honestly I would love to meet everyone on this chat in
Yeah.
person, but I mean that's probably not going to happen. But I
I
mean
know
I
we chat with Todd on Wednesdays, and before he planned his trip, or before he did his trip to come up to Everett to meet me, we kept telling Todd in the Wednesday chats, it's like, oh, you should come fly out to Seattle and come meet us in Everett. He's like,
yeah,
no, I'm not gonna do that.
yeah.
So
But so like yeah, I think just I don't need therapy now because I'm really not stressed out. I've never I mean growing up I never really was stressed out to begin with. I've always been kind of a happy go lucky type person.
yeah,
And I mean there have been points uh especially when I started liking girls when life got more complicated and
yeah,
stressful. But and then I think the biggest stress probably was though when I was diagnosed with MS.
no, for
Uh,
sure. Yeah,
that was really stressful. But through the years, I think more than therapy though. I think just sitting with it and reflecting on it myself. I've discovered my own therapy.
yeah,
Um,
true. Let's
but
see, the next comment was from DC Cat. They said, Nathan, I heard Copaxone is not very effective. I don't know anything about Copaxone.
Actually, Copaxone. What I remember Copaxone, and I think it's the same one. Back when I was on Betason in like the back before I started even just Sabri in 2008, there was Copaxone, and it is a really old drug, and you should talk to your neurologist and get on a better drug because both Copaxone and Bason they are really old drugs, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean we're generations beyond those.
Yeah.
And now they have actual drugs. I mean, I think Copaxone is made of some different chemicals that aren't really modulating the immune system like like they should. I mean,
Right.
they were never intended to do that. So
Yeah.
you might want to investigate looking for a better drug to get on. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing about Copaxone is it's cheap compared
Right.
to Kesimpta and Ocrevus for me. I mean,
Right.
those are really expensive drugs. But
Yeah.
and if you don't have health insurance, I mean, I mean, I could never afford paying $52,000 every 6 months
No.
for to pay at Ocrevus out of pocket.
Yeah.
But luckily, I have insurance that as it turns out after all the iterations and all the discounts and all the stuff that they run through everything, I
Yeah.
pay a total of $250 for it
Yeah.
every 6 months.
Yeah.
So, but if you don't have health insurance, you're really kind of
Yeah. And
not in a
if
good
you do
place.
have it and you're on Medicare, just know that your out of pocket cost is capped at 2,000 a year for all your
Oh, that's
medication.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Now they've
If you're
capped
on
it.
Medicare disability, that's a big bonus for you.
Yeah,
And if you're
yeah.
not already aware, just you need to look into that.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest things that for me was getting with my doctor and having them demand that I be put on a Medicare disability
Right.
because once you fall under that umbrella of
Mm-hmm.
Medicare disability, then yeah, prices of drugs are slashed.
Right.
Yeah, definitely look into that.
Yeah, and then we have Hazel. She's in the UK. Then she said they're changing the way they do Ocrevus here in the UK, probably cost cutting for the NHS. And for those that
Yeah.
don't know, NH means National Health System. system or society. I'm not sure,
No,
but it's
it's
yours.
yeah,
It's the
it's
national healthcare system.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My husband and I watch a show that's filmed in Manchester, England. It's called Ambulance, and they have a map and they show all the little sticks where people are calling in for like 999 because their version of our 911 is
oh,
999.
okay.
So and you see all these little sticks popping up on the map, like here's a heart attack, here's a stroke, here's a little kid choking, and it's kind of interesting. So that's
Yeah, that
watch because
yeah,
my husband's British. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I
I've
hope
not yet.
they
I
figure it out for you, Hazel.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Caroline says, I feel that I have this condition because I hated myself and felt that I didn't have the right to live. That's why I'm seeing a therapist. Plus, I also have PTSD.
Caroline, I feel for you, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, but I have to say, don't hate yourself.
No.
Really, you are an amazing person,
Yeah.
and I mean, not just you, Caroline, but everyone watching. I mean, really, I set out to make this channel and make these videos because I want to help everyone with MS, and I know that uh, what you're talking about and you're hitting at,
Mhm.
Caroline, is something beyond MS. But I remember MS brought me down to that low level for a long
Yeah.
time. I felt like I was there.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, I just finished making a video, and it will be up so probably next Sunday. Uh, and I talk about like what got me through that low
Hmm.
point.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to talk about it in here, but I
Yeah.
mean, really, Caroline, you're so special,
Yeah.
and and I wish everyone who is so negative about themselves
Yeah.
could see that, but I mean, it's another problem with MS.
Yeah.
It causes us to get in those downward spirals.
Yeah. Well, an MS is not a punishment. It shouldn't be looked at like it's a punishment on yourself. It's a lot of it has to do with our food system worldwide. So much food has so many ingredients in it we can't even pronounce. And then you get stuff like you're not getting enough sunlight. You're indoors a lot more than people in the past have ever been because thanks to computers.
Yeah.
And I mean, these are all multifaceted reasons why this is like a lifestyle disease. Humans weren't meant to eat ingredients with 30-letter words and stuff like that and chemicals that we don't digest.
Hmm.
It's like, what does your body do with something it doesn't even recognize or know how to digest? And it's just a real multifaceted thing as to why we even have MS. But it's not a punishment, and it shouldn't be looked at like it's a punishment. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I read something Caroline just said, and uh, honestly, Caroline, that just made my day. She
Yeah.
said, "I recently discovered that I'm an amazing person." Yes, you are. You're an amazing
Yes, you
person.
are.
All
That
of
is
you
true.
are.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
uh,
Stephen said, you all work as insurance is provided by the employer.
Yeah, no, mine isn't.
No, no.
I'm classified as an independent contractor, which means
Yeah.
that I have to pay my own taxes, and I don't
Yeah.
receive any
Same for
health.
me.
I
Yeah.
don't receive any health insurance, so I have to
No.
pay my own health insurance, and I have to pay my own taxes. So yeah, on paper, I collect more than the other person making the same amount, but
Right.
after it goes through taxes and after I pay my own health insurance, then yeah, no, I don't have any, I don't have, my insurance my
Yeah.
provider doesn't do that.
Yeah. And see, I'm married and I go on my husband's insurance. Of course, now I'm on Medicare disability, so I have that separate to his insurance now. But for my whole career, I was a realtor, and I just like Steve, I was an independent contractor, paid my own taxes, and took care of my own health insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the famous master got diagnosed 5 years ago at 50 years old. Well, you're not far behind me. I got diagnosed at 52, and that was 4 years ago. Yeah.
I got diagnosed when I was 23 years old.
Wow.
So yeah, now
Mhm.
as I'm getting to the point now, I've lived longer with MS than I did before
Without
MS.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, I developed it pretty early on.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I've heard some people get it in like early teens, even 14-year-olds have been diagnosed with MS.
oh yeah, and now they're diagnosing things really early. And I imagine that if because I was born in 1981.
Hmm.
If back in the early 80s, and I imagine, like for instance, in 1992, I was 11 years old. If they were able to diagnose like they do now, I probably would have been diagnosed when I was 11 years old because that's when I started. Had my first weirdnesses going on.
Oh, wow.
And this was right before puberty, and
Wow.
when I started noticing that things didn't quite work out, didn't whatever. Then so I went through high school, and I kind of developed a lifestyle, and now and I mean I have hemiparesis, so I've always been kind of different to begin with. Uh, I've never known anything else besides my weirdness. But then I kind of just got used to the weirdness that came on when I was 11 and 12 years old, and
Hmm.
then it wasn't until it was about 23, and then I started having symptoms like numbness. You know, I kept on stumbling, all this kind
Yeah.
of stuff, and then I went to my GP at the time, and he said, "Okay, it might be an ear infection, so I'm gonna give you a pill." So
Yeah.
I took the pills, didn't help at all. They're like, "All right, I'm gonna send you to a neurologist," and then the rest is history.
Yeah. I know. And I found out a few months ago that one of my neighbors has been diagnosed with MS and they're in their mid 70s.
Yeah,
So you can get diagnosed literally at any age,
yeah, yeah,
even into your 50s, 60s, and 70s, which
yeah,
is just kind of mind blowing that you don't get diagnosed until you're in your 70s,
yeah.
but it can happen. So, yeah. And Sivan got diagnosed after
uh,
taking the COVID vaccine. Well,
yeah.
I got diagnosed during COVID, but I never took the vaccine because I felt like, well, if I've got all these lesions you're just now telling me about, I don't feel comfortable taking that medicine. So I never did it. Yeah.
I I don't know what was my first sign that things were just weird. I felt I wouldn't say it was symptom based. Like it was only like one day I woke up and I had numbness. It was just
Yeah.
things just didn't add up. Like all my friends, they were experiencing one thing and I wasn't experiencing it at all. And I
Yeah.
used to think, well, maybe it's just because it was my hemiparesis. So I always blame my hemiparesis for everything. I thought that was because I've had a hemiparesis. I had hemiparesis from the minute I was born. So I growing up, I always thought it was hemiparesis, nothing else.
Right.
And so I never even thought to ask like my mom and dad like, this is weird. Is something wrong? But when I was 11 and 12 in the early 2000 or early 1990s, they no our MS community wasn't around. I mean, there were people with MS, but the way we treat it now is completely different than what they treated it in 1990. You know, they really didn't know what the cause of it was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I see
yeah,
DC Cat said they'll be on Medicare disability pretty soon. Yeah, I hope
good.
your application for that goes smoothly. Sometimes it can be
Yes,
rough, but mine went pretty easy.
my
So,
mine went smooth as silk.
yeah.
You know, it was
Yeah.
maybe it was because my it was so obvious everything that I was going through, and my doctor, I it was my doctor who did it. Whatever they said, they really got me going, and I had no problems with insurance whatsoever
Yeah.
since that little hiccup.
Yeah. And let's see, Marusha says that I guess they're trying to say they were diagnosed at 24 and now they're 65.
Yeah,
That's a long
yeah,
time to have it too.
yeah,
Yeah. Hope you're doing
yeah.
well, Marusha.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah. Let's see. And while we wait, Famous Master said their neurologist feels that their MS came on from all the violence in sports and his karate. I hate losing, so I was always a bit aggressive, especially in hockey. I don't know that that would. I'm surprised the neurologist is thinking
Yeah,
that that would trigger MS.
yeah.
That
I
doesn't seem.
no, I don't think that is a cause. I mean, it could
Yeah,
be. They know. I know that they've come to realize that stress
could have been the
plays a big
stress.
role, but I think stress you don't develop MS because you're stressed.
Yeah,
Stress brings out the MS that is already underneath. So I think with your karate and your aggressive nature, I think that because because the way you are, it didn't cause your MS,
yeah,
but your aggressive nature brought up your stress levels, and that brings out the MS that was already building inside of you.
yeah,
Well, oh my goodness,
yeah.
it's
It's
too.
almost time to say
It's
goodbye.
already
We're a few minutes over.
12:05. Yeah,
Yeah,
so let's call it a day for now. And
yeah,
you guys make sure to watch my video tomorrow. I'm
right.
releasing it tonight, midnight, so right before I wake up. uh, and yeah, so and then of
Yeah, it
course
was great having everybody here.
gracing all of you. You guys are a very talkative
Ooh,
forum today. I love it.
yeah.
I love when you guys talk like crazy,
Uh-oh.
where I can't even keep up with the
I
comments.
know.
It's
I know our
great.
last comment is from Famous Master saying I was smashed in the head a lot.
Yeah.
That, wow.
Well,
Well, I hope you feel
that
from that.
yeah. I don't. Smashing your head doesn't.
Yeah,
It might cause brain damage, but
yeah,
it doesn't cause MS.
yeah,
Uh.
yeah,
So anyway, but
yeah,
everyone. You guys, all of you guys, stay safe for the week,
yeah, yeah,
and I love all of you. And take care.
yeah.
All right.
Yep. Love
Well,
everybody. Have a
all right.
great week.
See you guys.